Hi, this is Pastor Dan, and this is Trimester 3, Session 4, Growth and Natural Ability. So as we continue to work through this Design for Life 6 self-tests, we're now to growth. Growth really looks at how mature we are in our walk with Christ. And so by looking at some different areas of growth within what it means to be a mature Christian, you're going to rank yourself. Just want to caution you on this. Don't be too hard on yourself. This isn't the time to show everybody how humble you are by completely lambasting yourself when it comes to all these different areas that you're going to be asked to self-evaluate in. So don't give yourself a really low score because you're like, oh, I'm a terrible person, I'm a terrible Christian. Just be as honest and realistic as you can be. Obviously, don't overinflate your score either, but just really look at that and say, where do I think I fit best? Read the description there and say, is that me? Yes. Okay, well then I probably get a good score. Is that me? Yeah, that too. If almost everything in there is a good description of you, give yourself a 4 or a 5, a pretty high score. If not, you go through there and just hardly anything is really a good description of you, then you're going to give yourself a 1 or a 2. But let the text itself kind of decide what the score is based on you deciphering, that is me, or that's not me. And so that's your growth. On the natural ability, this is much like the one you did first. It's very simple. It's a little bullet point. The big difference here between natural ability and desire is natural ability is something you're good at, but you don't have to enjoy it. So you might be really good at math. Like it just comes to you, you get math concepts, but the last thing you want to do is sit down and do some math. So this is just things you're good at that you could teach somebody else to do. You're just that good at it. You're a natural. It comes easy to you. So all those things that you're a natural at, you write those down. If playing the piano just comes naturally to you, write that down. If you're just good at it, you've always been good at it. It's the way you were born. You're also going to share your StrengthsFinders results during this session, so everybody should have those by now. You should have done that online and gotten your top 5 signature themes. You want to go around the room and share. Everybody's going to share those, have one person record them, and then that person can be responsible for sending them out to the rest of the group. This is really something that you should share with each other. It'll really help you as a group to understand each other at a deeper level. It's not just good for helping you to understand yourself, but for you to understand others as well. So share your StrengthsFinders results. Make sure you save time for that. Also, this is where we introduce the homework for the Blueprint for Life. So you're going to make your blueprint. And the way that works is basically you're going to take all of these 6 different self-tests and your StrengthsFinders. You're going to lay them out before you. And you're going to go through and either use a highlighter, circle, but find some way to identify on these pages the things that are significant that you should probably put on in your final analysis. And so as you circle, as you highlight, you're going to have a separate page that you're going to start to transpose those things and put them onto that separate page. And you're going to say, I'm a compassionate person. You see compassion showing up in different ways. Maybe on your life experience, one of the highs in your life was an opportunity you had to serve others in a compassionate way. And you just say, wow, I've got the spiritual gift of compassion. I've got something on my StrengthsFinder. I've got something in my experience, or my life experience that drew me towards an opportunity to be compassionate. And you say, oh, that's something I want to definitely write down on my list. And so once you compile a list of just all of those things that kind of rise to the surface as you look at all these different self-tests, you'll see that you're ready to start putting together these themes into your 1 to 2, 3 to 5, and 6 to 10 year plan. And so you're going to say, over the next 1 to 2 years, how would I, based on the way that I'm uniquely designed and the opportunities that I see around me, how would I live out my calling? And so, again, if you're a compassionate person and you've seen that that's something God has been weaving into your life, and maybe on your spiritual maturity level, you say, I've been at this for a while, and I've got some spiritual maturity. I'm maybe, your results show that you're, a spiritually mature person. You go, I'm a mature, compassionate Christian. And then you look at your timeline, your schedule, and you go, I think I have some time. Maybe I'll go join a ministry that does compassion and do like a regular ministry in the area of being compassionate for others. So there might be something in your church where you help out people in need, a homeless ministry, mothers with young children who are not married and don't have a lot of money. There's just a lot of compassionate stuff you can do. Plug in there. So you say, that's a goal I'm going to put down on my 1 to 2 year plan. Then you're going to work through 3 to 5, 6 to 10. By the time you get to 6 to 10, you really need to be dreaming. Go a little bit bigger. But hey, maybe over the next 6 to 10 years, I could continue to grow in this part of my life and expand my exposure to the extent that I could start a ministry, or maybe I could, depending on where you're at in life, free up more time, or maybe even retire and give more time to this kind of thing. So dream a little bit with your 6 to 10. Have fun with it. This is the time to come up with your blueprint for life, and definitely use your buddy here. Your buddy knows you pretty well at this point. Bounce things off of them, use them as a sounding board, because soon you're going to present this to the entire group. This is Trimester 3, Session 4.